Our team coverage on the verdict continues right now. Joining us tonight is Brian Foley. He spent nearly 25 years with the Hartford Police. He was also a spokesperson for the State Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection. Brian, you were in the middle of this really from the beginning. I want to start with your reaction to the verdict today.
You know, really it's a relief, you know, that justice was served today. And, you know, cops don't celebrate. There's no high fives. There's no spike in the football. You know, they still have work to do here. You know, but behind closed doors, there's some relief. But at the same time, there's tragedy all around. There's no shortage of tragedy. You got kids without a mother. You got a daughter, Troconis' daughter there, that basically has lost her mother here at this point. And there's just so much tragic loss. It's you know, the domestic violence aspect of it's tough, but what you know, the state should have confidence in our Connecticut State Police and the investigation that they did. We were really worried about that early on because it took so long, and people don't understand that these things take time, and we were worried about people having confidence in the police here in Connecticut. And for this to come out at the other end of it, the detective did such a great job. All of them did. All the state police, the lab, New Canaan, Hartford PD with the cameras, just an all-around good job.
I want to ask you about that because obviously it's been 5 years since this tragedy happened. There was a lot of evidence, right?
Yep.
And her attorneys would say a lot of it was circumstantial and shouldn't have carried a lot of weight. But for you, it was the video evidence, right?
Yeah, really, you know, that was the heaviest part. And I said I would love to have seen Photos Duelis's face when he learned that we had video cameras in Hartford on Green Street and Center Street there, and to figure that out, because that must have been for him just a rough day, I'm sure, thinking he's getting away with it. And then that produced so much evidence. The phone evidence, you know, they said when they turned over the phone, those cops, you know, Kimball, the detective, he would have got the phone records through subpoena or through search warrant anyways with the phone. But the DNA, obviously, in the lab did a great job with the DNA, with the stuff they processed there, and just so much to unpack between New Canaan back to Farmington, and the video everywhere, all the businesses and stuff. Everyone did what they were supposed to do here. Justice served. There'll be an appeals process here, and then, you know, Kent has his trial coming up too. And as I said earlier, you know, today Kent got a bad weather report of what lies ahead, because guilty on all charges. I'm sure that's him, a wake-up call for him.
I want to ask you lastly, sadly, no body, you know, no closure for the family. Briefly, kind of tell us, investigation-wise, what they went through to, I know they did everything they could to try and find her. Sure,
and you have a lot of theories. Everyone, you know, I know a few homicide detectives. We all have different theories as to where she is. And, you know, when Photos killed himself that day, the biggest feeling for us was, you know, we lost a really good chance to find out what really happened. Now it's all on Troconis and Kent to come forward. There's never, you know, who knows if there's ever really closure or healing for a victim's family. It's different for everybody. No body, when there's no victim recovered, boy, I tell you, that makes it a lot worse, and you got to feel bad. Read the statement from the family today, and it was read here, and great statement, but just a lot of pain, and who knows, you know, if we'll ever begin to start healing.
Brian Foley, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time this afternoon. Just